An explosive affair on Overpass led us to a Furia win. It is going to be Train to close out the day. I have no idea who's going to win, and I'm absolutely fine with that because the level of skill being shown right now, the individual plays, the three-man spray downs, everything's there. Hype levels are rising just as we get to the end of the day.
I want to see those vintage wild peaks from Henny where he just walks out of T-main with an AWP on his own.
I'm sure you're going to get that. It's coming. He looks like he's ready.
I don't know how he does that, but I want to see him do that. Maybe I could learn how to do that. I won't do it because I'm not Henny, but I will appreciate observing it.
That's fine. You don't have to do it. You could just watch and appreciate it.
Did you ever see the highlight where on Mirage he bunny hopped all the way through Palace, then landed, peeked and shot someone immediately?
I think so, yeah. That was,
it was so beautiful.
He's pretty good. I've seen a lot of great movement today on the server from the Brazilians. They look like they really are in tune with that part of the game. It's a lot of fun to watch. Gets himself out of trouble just by the few milliseconds that he can get out of a situation. It's the difference maker between staying alive and not. Train to kick things off, an AWP-centric affair. Henny's suddenly going to kick off. Any other players you want to look out for here, Dan? Anyone to impress you on Overpass? Can you think of any players that are playing, or can you get a single
Why are
name?
you still asking him questions, Henry? Every response has been less than satisfactory.
And
12 hours ago to now.
Even though I was like, hype on the hype train of Furia and so on, I feel like this is. Even though in the past Luminosity have shown me like great struggles on the T sides, I feel like skill-wise and the affinity they do have with this map, I feel like it might be a bit too much. And I'm trying to figure out myself. I don't know if you guys have any answers. What are Furia going to be able to leverage to defeat some of the DMs
major experience
that Luminosity have?
Major experience.
Major experience.
Experience at the major.
What, Furia?
Yeah.
Oh right, of course. I thought you meant. I mean, anyone can get to major now, James. I mean, we've even played at a major.
How long have we got to the game starts? we just get on with it. Okay. We've done nothing.
I was thinking in my brain, I'm like, did they make a playoffs run that I don't know about?
No, they were just there.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. There was nothing outstanding. They were there. It was fine. It was.
Yeah.
But
do you know what the equivalent of the segment is? It's like you've gone to like see a relative like who's on life support. You actually just trip up and kick out all the cables helping them live, and they die because of you. When maybe they could have had that extra moment with their family.
Right, we are into the action, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for bearing with us. I apologise, and we will get into the final map of the day. It is going to be Fury on the T side of Train here, and an inside push and an Ivy push from the CTs here as everyone hunts for information. There's only one player inside, backed up now. It's Henny at range, who has to fire towards the upper ramp. He's got a chance to do so. A little bit of damage inflicted there. They take some crater damage as well, but his neck is to strike first, and Henny might have to remove himself from the situation while Vinny will do it for him.
Two players on a long rotation for Luminosity, two at the back of the site. They need frags. Nekes taking one on the face. He's still alive for now, though. Now he's gone. He has got Steel close. Steel needs to make it across the site because he had the defuse kit. That's miles away now. Luminosity coming down, streaming down into the B-bomb site. That bomb is ticking, though. They touched the bomb, but I can't see the defuse coming in when it's so far away. The defuse kit, 1v1 now. Art hiding in a very unusual position. He's got 3 kills so far. Maybe Bolts knows where he is. He's got a big C. Bolts is on the bomb. He is.
Nice.
And he gets taken out, eliminated, executed, annihilated. That's the pistol run for Furia.
That was really nicely done by Art. And he's one player that we saw at the beginning of the series absolutely just got completely trounced. Everything he tried to do, I think is a bit of misfortune, is a cocktail of misfortune, misestimations, and I think of a little bit of tilt thrown in there as well for a very poor Inferno performance. But as we've gone across the series, he's really come alive. Overpass game, the entire team woke up for Furia, and I feel like we are set up for a potential strong performance from him, especially judging by that pistol. He's obviously sharper than he was at the beginning of the series. So the Krieg comes out again.
It does.
And we don't see the Krieg purchased really by anyone that much at all across the board. It's kind of rare that people tend to do that. So I'm curious what he's up to with it over the course of this.
Train is not a bad map for a Krieg.
Yeah, that's true.
I like a Krieg on Train.
The MP5 makes a rare appearance. We
That's
don't
true,
really see that weapon, so I didn't really catch it at all, did I?
On the T side, it's interesting. In fairness, I have the MP5 equipped on the T side, but the only reason is because whenever I pick it up in Danger Zone, it's skinless and it annoys me. Otherwise, I would have the MP7 equipped.
Yeah,
but I think if you're a CT side holding a smoke, then there's value in spraying through the smoke because of the lack of traces. But I'm interested to see the implementation for a T side over an MP7 because the MP7 is better.
Yeah, I just like it. I think it feels really nice. Like, for some reason for me. Like, I always able to steal away a kill with that weapon. Either way, we'll see what can be done here. Luminosity will force by the second. And how has Steel managed to get that kill?
Could not explain that to you.
That's insane. Double dink. Somehow with 2 players looking down over rifles. MP5
he's
not
at
as
it
effective.
again, isn't he?
And here he comes indeed. Henny is taking scalps as he manages to nail the first. Good HE will do... not as much as I thought, but that will. Neck is on the scout, looking to close this round out. Another good HE goes flying in. This one connects a lot more effectively. Yuri will be dropped. No plant coming in. And Vinny has to book it out of the sight. He's got that Krieg and 1 Molotov. Using that connector, maybe he gets a bomb down. He'd have to throw it like right away. So Molotov out. Has to use and go for the plant. So there's the Molotov, but someone's already made it to Ivy, so the round is done. Unless he can somehow...
It's too far to the left.
Yeah, that had potential though. But again, you got to hand it to Henny. Just the power of of a scout headshot, it just kills momentum of any positioning that a T side may want to make. And that diverts them towards B into the arms of Nekis with also a scout headshot to boot. Following up with the HE, it's just a disaster there. It was a good effort from Furia to try to save it, but it is very difficult. Sometimes that just happens, and it happens, I suppose, in greater counts when you're playing against Luminosity, considering how well-versed they are in scout play. And we can see the scout comes out now for Furia as well. And scout's still out for Henny as well.
Wow.
So scouts all over the place in this series.
It's a strong weapon in this scenario.
Whose scout has got the most clout, Dan? That's the question.
I'm not one to tout, but...
Oh, there you go. You've still got something left in the tank. There we go.
Didn't even finish the sentence, but...
Yeah, but it was good.
You saved me.
The bar is low. It's 9:30 in the evening.
Well,
we're all winners now.
It's going to be a 4 versus 3. Luminosity looking to edge the lead at this point. Abel has been tagged to 17 HP. And now Serato PT50, not really the ideal weapon for this sort of scenario. He'll be ambitious in his attempts. Fires off a few shots towards Ivy. Nothing connecting at this point. Furia just working out if there's any options for themselves. I think inside of a couple of flashes through the window might be as good as it gets.
Creeping towards B. Bolts at the back of the site. He has a Molotov, which he could deploy if he gets an angle. Maybe he gets shot with a deagle. Although, with Abel J low, I would imagine he will try to run past, and he won't make it. Battle Royale, as in a Japanese film, not the games. There was a HE to deploy, but they were focusing on self-preservation and kills. That's a nice place to put it. Just the 1 bullet now to take out Serato, but he is quicker on the trigger finger. He's picked up an M4. Does he go for the full rotation? He's going to suggest it, but maybe thinking it's too far away. He goes back. It would have been a master play, perhaps. Yuri now in a 1 versus 1. A full health bolts with the defuse kit. If he has an idea of where Yuri is, he's got cover to defuse the bomb. Does he go to the left? Because Yuri to the left. There's Yuri with the CZ. But Bolts is ready for the ting, and there's the defuse. 2-1 for Luminosity.
He got so much damage, my God.
Yeah. Excuse me. Can't even remember to use the cough button now.
Henry's face is exploding.
Yeah, I'm getting allergies for some reason, so that's not ideal. It is not a damage done. You're right there, Dan. But the thing is, about to say, they can't really capitalize upon it because this should be a full eco.
Well,
so
can. They
are going to buy what they can. I'm not sure this is the Call of Dreams, but we'll see. It's going to be the Krieg, the AK, and pistols. So they have pretty much gone all in on this. I don't think this was worthwhile, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. It's always exciting when these rounds pull off.
It does seem like they are just going to go with a set piece on the B-bomb side pretty quickly, and that's, you know what, the one thing that they can buy is grenades, and if they get the positioning, the forward positioning, shutdown connector and CT, then hey, there's, even with CZs and so on, there is a solid opportunity just to deny Luminosity. But Luminosity already with such forward position, they flanked, they've got an Ivy push, they've got 3 players towards connector. They couldn't be more ready for this, actually.
In go the grenades. Through the choke point, they will try to go. Hen1 not quite hitting the mark there. Able J is taken out, as are many of these T players. The bomb nowhere near the site. They burst towards the end there from Bolts. Case Rattle on the low ground. Bolt's looking for an ace at the moment. But Lucas has a superior angle. He gets taken out, and Steel will finish things off with a UMP. He seems to always have a UMP these days, but he'll have an upgrade for now. 2 players survive for Luminosity. No bomb plant means Eco Town for Furia.
Indeed.
That timing may have worked if Luminosity were not super aggressive. So that's a credit to Luminosity deciding to play very aggressively and really ask questions of what Furia were doing and to not play passively. So that's something that perhaps Furia can think about later on, maybe playing a slow round, seeing if Luminosity will actually play aggressively and maybe overextend somewhere into their hands. That could be a way that they could get an opening.
Well, it's just Eagles for now. 1 smoke, 1 flash. Objective, get that bomb planted. Smoke to be... And this is actually the flash to be deployed, not the smoke. There's the flash. Doesn't look like it'll help him out too much. A couple of kills. Not too bad. Still an opportunity for 1 more as well. There it is. That should be it though. Keserato bails out. Hoping for a reposition from the CTs, give himself a second bite of the cherry. As he holds now with the Desert Eagle, CTs do not need to push main entrance, so Steel is very wise to hold that position. This could be a long minute.
Yeah.
What do you do in a long minute, Henry?
You sit back and wait. That's all you can do. You have to just hold up.
Admire these big boxes.
Yep. And
What could be in them?
Steel will be gifted the kill in the end. His patience is rewarded.
What's in the boxes, Henry?
I'd imagine various parts for trains, etc. Like, I don't know, old cogs and bits of metal, engineering supplies, maybe... Oh.
There's nothing in the box, Henry.
Nothing.
I respect the attempt, though.
Yeah.
It was a good effort.
Lots of boxes around, isn't there? Well...
We have to check every one of them. There's going to be something in one of them.
That's a good point. Has anyone ever done that? Let's go check all the boxes in the next timeout.
Dan will be doing that in the Uber home.
Check every single box. Flashbang to lower ramp to try and negate some of that aggression we talked about. It's actually going to be them receiving a flash in the face instead. As Henny will hold the side alley or the Ivy position. The AWP got to be very quick to hit that one. Art is quick, but Henny's still fighting back. That looked like it was about to connect. As it goes to the 4 versus 3. Lucas challenging towards the Ivy. Doesn't land any damage. Gives up his position, and that might be the call to go inside. You've killed 2 at Ivy. You've confirmed a 3rd is there. So inside is going to be very weak if anyone is there at all.
Yeah, and also like that threat of a luck from the Ivy position is pretty huge. And with the Krieg, they're going to shut down Connector. This has to be a done deal at this point. We'll get the rotation through Pop Dog there from Nekis. Lucas comes in from CT. Unawares that the player in coal, or by the coal train, or oil, or whatever you call it. What's your call for it, James? Oil or coal?
Oil? No one calls it coal.
I've heard people call it coal.
The only person who talks about coal is Donald Trump.
Oh.
Coal? Have you ever heard it called coal?
No, it's always been oil train, as far as I'm aware. Every single time.
The whole game are you playing, Dan?
A coal train would be open top and allow coal to be distributed on top of it, like it was in the old days, right? They drive underneath the...
That's a nice bit of trivia. Thank you. I feel
Yeah.
a bit more educated now.
Well, have you ever seen Thomas the Tank Engine? That's where I got my education from. That's how it all worked. So, I'm not saying I've read a book on it. Saw Thomas the Tank Engine. That's what happened.
It's
So,
like,
yeah.
I remember I learned the words...
What did you say?
I was just going
What did he
to
say?
tell just a horribly inane story. I said when I was like 4 years old, I learned how to say Babylon because of like playing the game Civilization.
Okay. You didn't understand the word, but you could
No,
say
but I could say Babylon,
Babylon.
which is a fairly advanced word for that age.
Playing Civilization at age 4 was
Bloody
pretty
hell.
advanced anyway.
Well,
so
I was sort of more
strange.
watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't leading the charge on the decision making.
Okay.
I could totally imagine Dan talking to girls like 10 years ago. So, first word I learned was Babylon. Which is actually slang for boobs, ironically, in the UK.
God. Well,
You what, mate?
shall we have a look as to what Luminosity have got in store? The scout's out.
Absolutely.
And guess who's got it? It's Henny, the big man. Man of the moment, the big cheese. And Lucas, his twin brother, has been removed. Dan's losing his mind. You need to take 5? You take 5 if you want.
Picking he's 25.
And we'll see if this is enough to enable them to make their way out of Ivy. 1 minute remaining. Yuri in a great spot. He's got the boxes behind him to cover his peak. You can boost behind these boxes as well. It's a bit of a gamble. Obviously, he does peek you. Can go horribly wrong. We'll see if that peek comes in. Going to be the case. But here they go towards Hell. Henny's waiting. That's a kill. Oh, I thought he had the orb. It's the scout, isn't it? So he hits. And it will not be the frag.
Furia wanting to converse on the A site, but Luminosity just can't take it. All they want to do is talk about Babylon. Luminosity's minds are exploding one by one.
There was a nightclub in my university called Babylon, if you want another bit of trivia about the word.
Yeah, let's see where it goes. Just keep.
That's all I've got.
All I know is Ali G talking about his girlfriend's Babylons.
Yeah, that's true. I do remember that. Ali G in the house.
In the house. Yeah, yeah. That's about it.
He also enjoyed chicken dippers as one of his references, one of his
trivia.
big lines. Yeah.
Ali G trivia. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a segue.
Is that where you got your inspiration to wear jewelry?
To wear jewelry. To be fair,
from chicken dippers.
These new rings I got are a bit Ali G-ish, to be honest. But no, they're not. But maybe the name was Dan. Maybe that was a more obvious one. Henry G. Ali G.
That
could have been an easier reach for you.
Yeah, that would have been a bit better. Yeah.
But still.
Was it?
No. I think I called myself that before he was even.
You were first.
A concept. Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure. I think he's been active since the early 2000s. I've been gaming since 97 or something. So, you know, something. I'm probably first. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't take it to court, but I'm confident.
You're above that.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin his career.
It's not about that, really. Yeah.
4-3. M4 safe balls. And we'll see an inside play by the looks of things. And Arts will be at least search for information at the very beginning of the round. He's got the AWP, trying to work out who's outside, who's got what, who's who.
I've got some fun. I got some fun. I'm laughing because, like, I was, you know, when I said, just imagine Dan talking to girls about the word Babylon, like.
Yeah.
Before Dan's final form, I've got some funny stories of him going on dates, man. You wouldn't believe it.
I can probably believe it. Oh, hold on. Hold that phone. Here we go.
Ding dong. Will even I know where he's from? Oh, the pre-fire. He gets a lot out of that, and Bolster's picked off Art at the same time, which leaves it in a 3 versus 2 situation. Guns are not really retrievable. They're all around the default spot, although Case Ratto smoking himself off there might allow the CTs to close the distance, so that might end up being a problem for him. Looking towards the sidewalk position, nothing doing. Yuri's got a job to do. Again, that smoke is a double-edged sword. It creates space for them, but it also closes space for the CTs if they want to commit to this. As you can see, Steel is now on the site with an AK-47. He's going to touch the bomb without checking next to this smoke. He's trying to draw them out. Case Ratto sees the bomb is not being defused, and he runs straight into the crosshair. There's not time to defuse the bomb, but maybe there's time to get this frag, although perhaps they should run away. Henny needs to run. He's got no Kevlar to take this bomb blast. Run away, run away. AWP for his troubles. Not very bad. Not bad at all.
I do like that they're running the Krieg a lot. It's actually really cool to see it being put to use more. As you say, like, it's a good map for it. And the money's looking pretty fine now with 3 victories in a row by bomb detonation. That is not bad at all. Despite everyone dying that round, they're still going to be flush with cash. We can see Furia taking a timeout, the first timeout that they have taken here.
It's the first one.
Yeah, let's see if they use all of them in one half.
Furia were the heavy favourites, according to the odds, and I don't think the fan votes either. I think I had Luminosity at least, the rest of you guys had Furia.
Yeah, that's correct.
But the odds suggested Furia were going to be the heavy favourites going into this one. I thought it was a little unfair, but we'll see.
It's one of those things too where, you know, teams are very familiar with each other, even a team that is objectively against a wider field of opposition worse. In the vacuum of that specific matchup, they may actually win more of the time.
It's so difficult to explain why national rivalries have weird results, and I try and tell people why, and it's just like, it doesn't even make sense when I say it, but it's just something about when you know those players so well.
Yes,
it changes like your mentality. You're trying to get one up on each other. You're trying to surprise them, maybe doing things differently because you think you've got stuck in your head. They know exactly what we do.
You're playing the players instead of the game.
Yeah,
essentially. actually.
It's a weird one. And I've had it so many times, like I come from UK CS, so trust me, most of the lands we went to, UK teams are there all the time. You always got yourself into that mind game. Every single game is like, yeah, they know what we do, so we should do that. But they'll think we'll do something different, so we should just run this tactic anyway. And it's always a minefield. And
you can take like really weird gambles for free because you know it's actually just safe against that kind of a team, which you can never do against anyone else. I call that like practice partner syndrome, but we can go into that a little bit more later. 3 Kriegs out, so they're still just rocking just the majority of Kriegs, which is so cool to see. And looks like they're going to be harassing the B-bomb site a little bit here, throwing some nades in. Don't have to commit behind these, probably won't, but they can draw some rotation, get some counter grenades out there from the CTs, some light pressure here, just make things a little bit weird for them. And it looks like they're set up to go for nades outside as well. It looks like they did just toss in nades to ace to make it look like a fake. So it's a double fake here coming in. Let's see if it's actually successful. 3 players in towards the A-bomb side. They're going to seek out 3 players upper on B. And there is still 1 player there, which is Bolts, just with an M4, just spotting. And they need to be quicker here with this bomb because I think Luminosity have figured this out.
They might have done, but Bolts has let them in, but maybe not for long. Bomb to be planted for 5 versus 3, I beg your pardon, as Keserato tries to get out of here. They've got no grenades on the T side now. This is looking destined to be a Luminosity round. Something absolutely unbelievable would have to happen for this to fall apart, but that pressure from Connector, that might be enough. Keserato can now reposition as R gets his 2nd kill. This was looking so good. Where are these kills coming from? All of a sudden, it's a 3 versus 1. It was done. It was a 5-on-3. CT's had full control, and all of a sudden now it's Steel left with nothing to do, nothing to say, and it's all down to Art. His Krieg play from the Connector, perfectly timed backstab, and they just didn't see it coming. It allowed Keserato to reposition. The heat was taken off him, and Steel, he'll survive the blast, but will he survive the round? Absolutely not. Yuri gets him. It's another fantastic round, that one from Furia. That had it all. I thought it was a formality just planting the bomb, but Arts made it a reality.
It was so intense seeing Keserato just holding his position by the bomb train, just desperately waiting for this flank to come in. And as soon as Art gets that kill, unlocks Sidewalk, and Keserato jumps up on the Sidewalk. That was the precise moment that was like the last possible moment that Keserato could have done that, and then still be able to turn around, get a kill, and be safe. So that was really, really tight. What a round to win. That's the 4th round that they've won now with a bomb detonation. What is also cool about them picking up that round is that it was a double fake, and you don't see double fakes too often. Train is a map where you would see it more commonly, and it's just because of the fast rotation between ramp and pop dog. And then the rotation's rotation for the CTs is very easy to punish, because if you drop that smoke on Connector, as you go back into A, it's very difficult for the CTs. And the same is true also if you drop the smoke on B side of Connector as well. And you're going to the B-bomb site for the plant with the fake. So really cool stuff there from Furia. Double AWP comes out though for Luminosity. AWP on Henny and Bolts, of course. And they're going for it. Just a raw peek into Henny. Art is lucky to be alive.
Oh, there we go. Triple sniper setup. Scouts, AWPs, SMGs, FAMASs. It really has it all. And at this point, Furia making their way towards the end of Ivy. They've had some great rounds go in their favor. Smoke towards the right-hand side. They'll focus on the backtracks here. No CT presence there whatsoever. If they want to go towards CT spawn, they might just be able to. And there's nothing to stop them right now. The only CT player inside is Bolts on lower ramp. He is staying true to his guns, I'll give him that. He's in a lot of trouble if they come all the way back around, though. Even if he gets this kill, how does he get out of it? He'll smoke, and he has no idea that they're coming in the back. Surely this is being communicated as a possibility. He doesn't seem to know at all.
Lucas was surely close enough to hear them running out of the Ivy position, but
they had no
now
idea.
He's looking towards Ivy like, what's going on? This is so confusing. He was around the corner from Ivy in the hell position. Unless he has an issue hearing or a bad headset, I don't know how that isn't communicated. That is bizarre to me. And it's caused them massive problems. They would have heard the bomb rotating as well with Steel in the pop dog position. But here we are. They've got the man advantage again, but it still looks like they're not really good for this. Although Steel is on the high ground on the B bomb site. He gets picked off by Art, again doing damage. Key frags, Art. 2 versus 2. Again, a man advantage, not really helping Luminosity. That's weird.
Look at like where all the players died, where all the X's are. It's all over the place on the B-bomb site. It's crazy in the middle of the site. CT spawn in the halls of upper.
They had a smoke down Ivy. No one repositioned. They ran out of Ivy to CT. No one seemed to pay any attention to it whatsoever.
Yeah, this is an absolute...
That's a shambles.
5th round won by detonation now as well.
There should be at least some sort of attempt to back him up. Like, say, like, I've got connector, I'm watching the left-hand side of CT. Like, something. Just anything,
old
right?
bomb?
Yeah,
or
just anyone to say there's a chance of this. Like, Bolt should at least reposition and be in a very defensive spot so he can handle that. But unfortunately, it didn't look like he had any information that they got backtracked with 3 players, no less, and he got killed in the back. He even got a kill lower ramp, and it all falls apart. They can buy again as Nekkers gets himself up towards the connector. It's now another difficult buy for them. For Masses, Henny has the AWP, 7 kills to his name. Art's waiting for any sort of gambit play towards the Ivy position. They're 6-4 up on the T side, looking good for them. Another 3-map affair here.
Yeah, and honestly, still a solid opportunity for Luminosity to finish strong on the first half if it starts now. And with this buy, maybe that could be the case. The smokes will come in. They're not going to go for a fake this time. They will just try to burst through onto this A-bomb site. Nekkers by E-Box. Oh, that's a very fast shot there from Abel. Jay taking down Nekkers off the bat. Now the bomb will go down to the front of the bomb train, and Henny's up close with an AWP. That's where he does some of his best work. Spots one by Sandwich, nails him. Trade comes in though. Only 2 left here for the CT side. And already it looks like Bolts is just done. He's off the CT spawn. And Steel backs away slowly. This is a crushing push.
Yeah, another successful round for Furia. Steel and Bolts can only hold on for so long. You can see the last 5 rounds, now 6, have been won via explosive of the C4. It's going to be now maximum loss bonus, 2 for Massive save, more of the same, really force up around them, hope for the best. And that's if Steel survives. It doesn't really matter if he gets a kill here, because unless he nails it and gets an AK, it wasn't worth it. But he does get it, so he'll at least have a Krieg moving forward instead of the lesser of the rifles on the CT side. But again, $3,400 per player. They just need rounds. They have to force. Something has to go in their favor.
Detonation victories all day.
Yeah, it's not often you see this, I must say. Maybe the Krieg is the difference. Lucas has one now, so perhaps that can help swing things in back in the favor of Luminosity. It's quite an arbitrary thing to pick, but I'll pick something, at least. Art does get denied any vision there towards any peeks towards camera due to the offensive use of utility from Luminosity, and they're going to pop flash straight into T main. This is a great play, and the elevation not expected. Trade frag comes in. Yuri swapping for a new gun prematurely, and a team kill out of nowhere, and it's a 2 versus 2. Blink and you would have missed it. Oh, but the push in the back as well from Bolts. Oh! What? How has he won that fight? That is absolutely unreal.
He did not deserve a say in that fight. Let alone getting the kill. That's absolutely disgusting. Slow it down. Let's get that at 1%, please.
1%?
Yeah, 1. Let me 0.9%. Let's do that. Oh my god, Steel can make the godlike play here. If he hears them. Oh, he's got him. He's done him in. Now, this is about trigger discipline. You don't necessarily want to kill the planter first, all right? Well, scratch that. Do what you want. Still win the rounds as he's nailed it. I was about to talk through all the mindsets and all the constructive ways you can win rounds. Straight up kills him. It gets the same result. I suppose it's fine.
He may not have heard the second player because the X-ray looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't know where the other guy was, so he had the urgency. Or no, seems like he was ready for it.
I suppose it would have actually been worse off because he wasn't peeking anyway, so he'd have nothing to shoot at, and it all worked out. Auto sniper on the T side. Is there some method behind this madness?
Oh, that has to be a mistake, surely. Nobody buys this on purpose.
Well, they've also been buying 4 Kriegs sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
but the problem with an auto sniper is that it's always more beneficial if the CTs pick it up than it is for you.
Also, AWPs just straight own it because 1 shot versus 2 unless you get the heads. It's an interesting one, but I can see how it could be very strong on that B defense at range. They open up with a kill onto Bolts, so Furia are not messing around here. 4 of them gathered around Pop Dog, almost falling into the Inferno there. And this angle being held by Nekis with an M4A4. Not the ideal weapon to do this with, but it is obviously still going to do some damage. And he does fall back with an ace, making sure he's tight to the bomb train with his teammates. They can coordinate around this, their defense, that is.
This fake is looking pretty good. 3 players moving into the B bomb site. Henny is the only person there, but he's got the AWP. In the meantime, Yuri is slowing down the rotation even more. Steel's looking for players towards that A bomb site, and there is a post-plant auto sniper taking Lucas out by the connector position. Henny is going to lose his life as well, and it's down to Steel. Maybe this one will be won by elimination for Furia. It seems it will be through the box in the face. 8-5 for Furia.
Ever since Furia got on their feet financially, as you can see at the top of your screen, that's when it all started going wrong for Luminosity. They won the pistol, lost to the second round forced by. Luminosity started to string together a lot of rounds. You can see, yes, Vinny's trying to get rid of that aforementioned auto sniper.
Thanks to New Economy for this buy, sponsoring this new buy.
Yeah, they are. MP9s and UMPs, they've brought something to the table. For anyone not aware, that would have been an absolute devastating reset, but now they actually get $2,900 instead of nothing. So here's the first kill. Art will get a compliments of the flashbang. And now a 4-on-4 ensues. Oh, they're going inside. Who is the unlucky candidates to defend? I think it's Bolts. From ass in hand. Gifted a player running past him, made a bit of a meal of it, but still got the kill. Molotov's going in, CT's rotating towards upper ramp, but Keserato, he's there, low HP, it's Yuri to get both, and he'll definitely do that.
That's the advantage of the AK over the Krieg, much more likely going to do that with the weapon everyone's familiar with. Nekis gives the sound cues away, they know where he is now. There is a Molotov if needed, but not needed because Yuri with another frag in the bag. That's 3 for him as Furia move to the last round of the first half. 2 rounds in a row, 8 rounds from the last 9. Not looking too shabby for the likes of Furia. The UMPs are coming out. It's essentially a force buy for Luminosity, as is the last round. 2 French guns, 2 UMPs, some grenades here and there, and no sniper.
I got to say, one thing that's very cool is that early on, we saw that the success, 4 rounds in a row from Luminosity, where Luminosity were able to like push, they used a fast, they basically punished a slower pace from Furia. Ever since, well, I can't even talk about it because the pace is so fast from Furia, we'll get into it in a moment, as another outside push is going to yield another opening kill here for the T side of Furia. Trying to make things work with the Ivy push, almost does pan out, but now down to Steel in the close ranges with the UMP.
It's a desperate attempt behind the server here. If he doesn't get checked, I'll be very impressed. He gets both. Somehow, some way, this has worked out for him. He's actually got the bomb as well. It's not over just yet, though. It's the Krieg. Of course it is. That's doing all the damage in the final round. Art has to do it all. Steel, oh, they flashed themselves. He just got flashed by his teammate. They still win the round. Good lord, that could have been a disastrous way to close it out. Either way, 9-6. It will be LG to Steel, 1 away at the very, very final round there. And they've got a lot of work to do on their T side if they've got any chance of taking this series. Will they do it? You're going to have to find out after this break.
When the rhythm hits your body like adrenaline shots, no chase, can't wait to see you move side to side. The revolution's on the floor, not televised. Cause when your body's in my hands, it never lies. Come get yourself some satisfaction. Get you some, 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 something to satisfy. Something to satisfy. And I've been going too long trying to catch my breath. If you close at 4, you get no respect. Man, these roads got me through, but ain't no regrets. Over glow, it's a show, it's a motherfucking fest. It's a jet, it's a supreme. I just got high with the girl of my dreams. I just arrived super high to the scene. Pink shades make these nice look rose color hair, long hair, gon' feel like so brother out here walking on ice like 4 brothers. Baby, I'm a bad motherfucker, what you mean? I'm a lit man, drink kerosene out of red cup. True life, but I had a few nights where I lived too fast at the most. Full gas, I know this won't last, trying to puff up fast on my goals. Deep pray, but I'm not too faded to ride that wave to the coast. Life will give you lemons in the limelight, but if you wanna get your mind right, move side to side. The revolution's on the floor, not televised.
All roads lead here. The final half of the day. What a day of Counter-Strike has been. 4 best of 3s. Yeah. And this is where Luminosity will have their backs to the wall. 9 rounds to Furia's name on their CT side now. It's looking very good for them to close things out. They've looked like an excellent team. Luminosity still have a horse in the race, and we'll see if they can get themselves closer to the finish mark with this pistol victory. They are going to head towards inside. They have smokes, they have Molotovs. Don't necessarily have to fully commit to winner, but with 5 players there, I would suggest they probably will.
Yes. Yeah, Furia have indeed looked very confident here. I was very impressed by their T side for a variety of reasons. But how well can they defend a straight-up rush to the B-bomb side? They are playing far-back positions, so they're going to buy time, make sure that they can allow their teammates to come through the choke points safely so they can attack together. That's the mission. You don't want to over-peak this. You can let the Ts plant the bomb. That's okay as you go for the retake. And here they go, grouping up from CT, from Connector, trying to force their way out. Ts are close. And surely the headshots will start to come in. Yuri starts it off. He had an amazing first half. What else can he do here? Well, lots of shooting going on. And looks like it's all around Connector that the battle will rage towards. And the CTs, they've cleared up the bomb site, though.
Oh, this is weird, isn't it? Okay, then.
Ouch. That's
Came
just
in
happened.
like Predator.
He certainly did.
Wow, you don't see that too often, do you?
Not on a pistol.
The collateral
Elephant
headshot.
gun. Just take everything out.
Oh.
Not familiar with an elephant gun?
Wow, that is gorgeous. Jam everywhere.
Strawberry jam.
Oh, spread it.
Spread it thick. I'll take a double serving.
Having some fun there with that replay. Shotgun comes out. Also having some fun.
Yeah, he presumably goes in pop dog or maybe towards lower ramp. We'll have a look. Currently positioned by E-Box. Flashbang towards either. These guys, they want to fight, don't they? There's a force buy in the second. We've seen a lot of success from that today. Bolts will show us how it can be done. That auto shotgun, not ideal. And it will be punished. This is a round that Furia will look to get, I'd imagine, but there's still hope yet. MP9 at range, doing whatever it can. It's a 4 versus 1. Yuri jumps into the flames as he tries to deny anything he can here. He can still win this, you know. If he had a little bit more HP, I'd say I'm believing, but sneaks past. It's another kill. 2 versus 1 now. Bomb not planted, of course. Bolts, 2 HP, making his way towards inner. If Yuri gets his kill outside, there is a real chance that the bomb's going to be planted in the next few seconds. That should confirm things. Steel will just hold E-Box. He knows footsteps have to be made. The grenade won't kill, but it's a nice try. Luminosity bouncing back in the second round.
It's an okay cleanup, but it's so close that the auto shotgun. If it was a bit closer to that team main position, maybe Bolts is not left on 2 HP. It's hard to say, but a good push off the force buy, as you say. Henry has been loads of success found off of those force buys so far today, and looks like it will continue onwards. Scout on Keshirato. Keshirato, we should be very cautious about the Scout. They've also been delivering consistently in this series. Mostly in the hands of Henning, I should say, though. There's the first tag from the Scout.
So far, so good. For Luminosity, at least. The Emerald CZ75. I called mine Emerald Weapon after the Final Fantasy VII boss in the sea. I think it's the one in the sea. Yuri and Keiserato are all that remain for Furia in this round. Luminosity on the comeback. Will they continue their momentum in this T half? Dan picked Luminosity.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No, he
Oh, sorry, Henry did. Sorry,
Henry's
Henry's the one standing alone,
Yeah.
naked under the waterfall.
Well, I've had 100% predictions today, boys. So, Luminosity win this, we're going for the clean sweep. So, what do you think about that?
I think I have as well.
Maybe.
I think I have as well.
Yeah.
Well then. Well then. Now then, now then. A few deagles and a few USPs for Furia. And now a few less because people have been fragged. 2 USPs remain for Furia, as you can see. Around the old bomb. Back in the day, you could crouch underneath that one. As a young pleb playing Counter-Strike, it was fun to just crouch under there doing not much of anything. I don't know why, but I found satisfaction doing that. I'm sure many other people did. Just being underneath stuff. Like a crap version of a cat or something.
Underneath the trains?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
Also, like
it's like, hee, look at me, you know?
Do you remember that CS Siege?
Yes.
Running around the long way to CT spawn takes about 2 minutes. Just do that.
For what reason?
I don't know. Just even though you knew nothing would happen for the next 2 minutes, I'd still just do it.
Just see
the experience.
How it would go.
Scenic routes.
Yeah.
Because it was a hostage map as well, so you get to the hostage point, I guess. But yeah.
3 HEs. Furia feeling the pressure. They will have 4 of those, presumably deliver them towards main entrance. If you are a professional CS team, you should be aware this is a very common approach in the second, or an eco round in general. Let's be careful, boys, and they do avoid a death. It's only Lucas that takes a little bit of damage there at 11. Giving out a bit more from the follow-up grenade. As he'll hold. Not really much invested here by Furia. It's going to go 10-10 almost certainly. But I've said that many times in my life, and it's not always the case.
Yeah, I like the idea to just go for like a push up through inner together, because they have the man in Pop Dog still, so that guy could come up if they go for an engagement here, try to backstab. But Bolts will run back up, and he will cover his flank. Looks pretty smooth so far for Luminosity. Played by E-Box. Oh, their last nade doing some good work.
Potato in the chest. That might be it for Furia in this round. Like it's been a half a pistol so far. Now I think it'll be a half of rifles, or at least a round. But with the growing loss bonus, probably plenty of rifles to come. Orgs galore, as well as utility aplenty. Queserato, the only man opting for a helmet, which is curious. Maybe that money comes in handy later on, versus 5 AKs, which you can expect. I think you're expecting Luminosity to have 5 weapons that will shoot you once in the head and dead. But who knows, maybe if he gets shot through a wall, for example, the corner of an object, that might save his bacon.
Time will tell, James. Time will tell. Round 21. No orb on the T side as flashes go over. Gonna try and make their way out of main entrance here. Molotovs deployed. Luminosity here on the 3rd and final map, looking to eliminate Furia. It's been such a battle, but for now, Furia will have the advantage. It's a 5 versus 1. Bolts. Oh, hello. Gets 1, but that's, oh my goodness, almost on for 3. But not quite going to connect that 3rd. So it will be Furia taking the lead once again. Money still incredibly strong on the Luminosity side. Not clear who's going to win this one, but Furia have the lead for now. Orbs will surely come out now. Penny with 15 kills, 15 deaths. His twin brother, Lucas, 5 and 19. So let's see what he can do with this. He hasn't got much money at all, but the AK will be dropped on the floor for him.
So, Furia coming online with the AWP. They are having a good first round. That does bode well for them. Fast push to Pop Dog, and he's going to go past the molly. And this is always a risky one, but he does make it work out. And that is a fantastic kill to get. Now he can try to back away, dodging the HE. Another Molotov comes in. He is so screwed. Missed his window to get out of there. It will be traded 1 for 1. A lot of nades used there, though, and maybe that will help out. Queserato doubling down. Forward smoke at the bottom of the ladder, and he takes his teammate's position.
Absolutely true, Dan. Smoke down. Blows exchanged. And will be Queserato towards the Pop Dog right now. 1 minute mark comes in. Bolts will have to use a smoke. Trying to lock the CT in, but I don't think he's okay with this situation. He can still have vision of the Pop Dog. Hasn't hindered him too much as they smoke towards the left of the Ivy position. Molotov in the sunny side. Flashbang goes through. They'll get closer and closer now. And they might change things up towards the backtrack. You see the T's right now getting ready to go inside potentially. So they could go backtracks and try and split towards inside, or actually finished and up, but we'll see what happens here with 25 seconds remaining. Steel waiting for the opportunity to strike. Not going to happen. Times it as Yuri gets the frag. And Furia look very comfortable indeed. Just one player remaining, that's Henny. He has the AWP, and in terms of loss bonus, they will still have cash into the next round, as you can see. At 5k on Nekis and Bolts. Henny won't get any money, but he can still drop an AK if he really has to, but that's not really required with 9k on Steel. Another round for Furia, one step closer to getting to our semi-finals.
Yeah, they really have picked up the pace here ever since they got those buys in with the AWP. Luminosity are in this mode now where they have to figure out, okay, how do we crack this defense? Like, what can we do? Because now Furia have all the money, they've got all the guns that they want, they got the setups that they want, and they're comfortable with. We've got to find a way to pick off a player and convert on that. Furia were very active, though, once they lost that man at Pop Dog. And so that does bode well that they have good adaptation so far on the CT side. Repositioning over the top of the smoke with the boost, and a fast run from Nekis. This can be devastating if there's no AWP to meet it, and there is not. Nekis gets a free one on B.
It's a nice opening. Everybody's got to rotate. CT's moving through the, or trying to move through the connector position, but that Molotov from Nekis delayed enough, or did it? He's lost the bomb site now because the bomb was miles away, and maybe rotating towards A would have been a better bet. They're still not. They're still going towards the B bomb site, despite the fact, even though Steel is on the flank, and he would have had the Ivy position for an A plant, but they're still standing in a choke point. Not quite sure what's going on, and Case Ratto's wondering the same thing. Now he knows with the Molotov, but the bomb is going up a B instead of rotating towards A. And Case Ratto's made his way out. Henny's been spotted with the bomb now, but there's one CTA, one CTB. It's absolute madness, but somehow it's working out. They lose the A player, they kill the B player, and I think this might be the round for Luminosity.
Okay, Serato, AK-47 in hand, and he's 12 kills to his name. That AK spray is difficult, but he's making this work. Why they challenge it, I couldn't tell you. But now it goes down to the 1 versus 1. Lucas, 5 kills, 20 deaths. Okay, Serato, 13 HP. But surely the Tiers got this one. Okay, Serato is expecting a flank, a push, anything really. And unfortunately, he's got nothing. Time is ticking away. He has got the kit, but pretty much no time at this point. He's wasted too much of it, hoping his intelligence would carry him through. He throws a flashbang toward the top. Even if he goes for a full defuse now, you can just run in and kill him. It's done. You can kill him right now. There we go.
It's good damage at the very least, all things considered. And as you guys said, like, absolutely bizarre rounds, the way that it played out. The fact that Luminosity didn't just go straight into A. Obviously, they don't have all the knowledge and information that we do. And we understand that, okay, the entire team is overreacting to that pick. It's a solo play, but it's hard to even say there's an overreaction because all they saw was one guy. There could have been 3 guys there for all they knew, as the peak came in at a timing where they were very weak on B and so on. So Luminosity still go in B, and it's a bit of a struggle, but they get there in the end. Now Furia called the timeout to understand how to spend all their money. They've got a double AWP setup now, Able and Arts together, so they're going to mix things up. So perhaps this will catch Luminosity off guard, not expecting a double AWP.
I guess they may have tried to pull rotation back to A with the flank rather than rotate the bomb, which you may have seen more of in a European match, for example.
Right.
So perhaps a different strokes for different folks. Either way, it worked out for them just about. Case Ratto on the cusp of an ace, maybe got a bit nervous, I don't know. But killed his own time, as this level of Brazilian team often does.
Well, this is a great boost.
Indeed it is, but there are a few different places to look, and no one's serving anything in either of them. Oh, boost on the boost. That is glorious from Art. It gets Henny just before he drops off. I don't know, there's one more player in main for what it's worth at this point. Minute 30 on the clock, plenty of time. Luminosity never been strangers to a slow T round on train. Now Lucas trying to make a play. Neck is holding an angle outside upper B. Pretty much just Lucas trying to do something at the moment. Luminosity rotating now as the molly hits E-box. Man down, how do they respond?
Well, not in the best fashion so far. Steel will be dropped. Arts looks like he's on for a few kills here. Nekis will pull one back, but the assault from the CTs is too much to handle. Just bolts now, and he has got 23 kills, make it 24, but he's going to have to find so much more here. Don't have to face him. 30 seconds remaining. Drain those seconds down. Vinny's not wasting any time, though. He will be finding the frag, and that is the money in the proverbial bin. Following Luminosity now as they find themselves at the very top at 4,400. I like that pick. That's very quick from Arts.
Yeah. And going forward there, beyond the E-box to get the next one, he did such a crazy, so well played. And if you look at, again, as you say, the money, that could be the round that has just absolutely broken Luminosity for the rest of the game. That could be the round that now has secured Furia so much of an advantage that it should be, in theory, too difficult for them to misstep and throw it away. They'll have a bunch of chances. They should get an opportunity here to grow their economy a little bit, create some security into the future rounds, and they should also be putting themselves on 14, 2 away from taking this series and booking a place in a semi-finals. Tense times here.
Semi-final, but yeah.
That's what I said.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I said quarterfinal. Now I was correcting myself. Yeah.
So we were both right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I like it. We both win there somehow.
Excellent. That's always the best outcome for everyone.
I'm so happy for you both.
Unfortunately, only one winner can happen on this particular matchup, though, Dan. We can't change that.
Yep.
We can't have both teams go through. There's nothing we can do about that. Unless you have some sort of rule book I'm not aware of that suggests there's a way both teams can win.
No.
I don't think that's going to be the case, is it? Deagles, Glocks, P250s, bolts of Deagle armor. Feeling it right now, I guess. Why not? 24 kills to his name. And we'll see if Abel can find the first kill. They're going to give him a challenge. They're going to run boost a few people. They're going to look after. Here we go. And he doesn't fire a shot. He's fine.
Don't have to repeat that as well.
Just let him have it.
That angle he's holding is quite nice. This angle. You're often good for the first shot, just like that. Seen Nico do that before as well. Copied it to good effect. Through the smoke. This is suicidal. They have written their own fate. They signed a contract with Bloods. Henny trying to spam. Trying to get anything out of it. He will be claimed by the bullets of Furia, who are now 2 rounds away from victory. Luminosity's money is not ideal. They do not have money for an AWP. Their money goes from 2,800 to 44. And does he go for a scout? He has no Kevlar yet. There we go. Going to go for a Deagle instead. Can they do it, Furia? Can they capitalize on these advantages? Can they take this over the line? Or will Luminosity find a way back in? Looks like a fast play into the A-bomb site. Spreading. Rato can raise the alarm. He gets a kill and sees the bomb. Their flank has started already towards the Pop Dog position. He gets a second kill out of this Rato. And there's Abel J towards that hell position. All the frags. Henny left with the Desert Eagle. Not even through the choke point. Won't last very long. Match point, Furia.
Series points as well. Luminosity. Their life is on the line. Rato. Aggressive towards the E-box, hitting absolutely everything. So much damage done by the flames. His teammates battling down the hatches with him. Abel looking strong with the AWP, and there's just nothing left. Luminosity are done. They're limping. Deagles, CZs, and a Glock for Henny. That's all he's got. Oh, there it is, a Deagle at the end. It does get upgraded. And we'll see a potential inside push here. It's going to take nothing short of a miracle here to save this round. Dan, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, Furia are a bit too hot at this point. Everyone is feeling it on their team. I think that Luminosity are going to sort of face plant their way through the choke points onto the A-bomb site.
One thing I say about Luminosity, if there's one thing I remember about them and last season, was playing Train, looking like they were done, the Deagles coming out, and it always seeming to work out for them. That's just one thing that really stays in my mind. So I'm not discounting them just yet.
Pop Dog being riddled with bullets. Grenades going into the A site. They're in position to split. There are 3 CTs here. One very close to that main position. Not focusing on Pop Dog itself. Nice gap. Limited where Luminosity can peek him from. But Henny, of course, what was Henry saying about a Deagle? starting off very, very well indeed, and it doesn't look like Furia can capitalize on their advantage. There's one rifle here, but they've lost 2 players. They've lost 3 players now. It turns into a complete mess, and I don't even know what to say at this point. Just about getting a second kill in this situation, and you just have to wonder if they're almost afraid to win. They had a rifle, that's it. It's almost like they're playing too safe, and then it just all collapses.
To 12, James.
There's no more toilet paper.
That's the headline.
How are you going to wipe your ass, Henry?
With my hands. And rub it in my face afterwards, potentially. I don't know. Either way, we'll move on and see what happens. That
wasn't the answer I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting. But
well, you threw it at me. I threw it right back.
Fair enough.
Did what I could with that.
Escalated
in your own face.
Dan, please continue. Let's move on.
Yeah, so they take a timeout, Luminosity.
Mistake.
There is 1 buy left in Furia. If Luminosity were to win this round, they go to 13, and Furia have no money.
If this goes to overtime, I'm going to throw my chair through our program monitor.
Oh. Okay. Let's see what happens. Maybe this could get very interesting very quickly.
Don't promise things you can't deliver, James.
When have I not delivered that? Okay, I'm not going to do that.
I expect the chat to be delivered through that screen.
I don't want to pay for TV.
Right, well...
Looks expensive.
Okay. Large TV. Okay, well, Furia can still do it. Yuri alone on the B-bomb site. And Luminosity, Nexus are going to be leading with that Deagle. Start to fill up these positions outside of B. Looking to potentially go down the ramp. There comes a smoke. That's not going to be a welcome sight for Luminosity. They can feel it. They can feel Luminosity are wanting to go into that B bomb site. They can feel their threats.
Nekker's admiring the lamp. Counter grenades. Still 2 players for Furia on the B bomb site. We have Bolts waiting for a flank in a pop dog position. Nekker's trying to make his way up the sidewalk area, but he'll be double denied. Well, he and Lucas. That's a lovely 3rd frag. No bomb plant. Very, very crucial. 5 versus 2, no bomb plant. Surely there is no way that this can be lost by Furia. Yuri looking for his next one, but still will hold his nerve. Molotov will stop the plant, but there are 30 seconds. It's not great by any means. Bolts has been taken out. Steel now in a really nasty spot. 1 versus 4, 20 seconds. They're advancing on him. Is it worth trying to run towards the A site, really? He can't really stand his ground towards B. They're all over the place, but he can't get anywhere, and that's going to be that. 16-12, the TV survives for another day.
It certainly does, James, and it looks like this epic affair has come to its logical conclusion. Furia were the favourites going into it, and they closed out the game with a few rounds to spare, but hats off to LG. They fought tooth and nail through every single round. It looked like it was done. It looked like they had nothing left, Dan, and still, the Tech-9s, the Desert Eagles, they came out on top. It was their calling card last season, and my God, I think it might be this season as well. It wasn't quite enough to get them through, but still, they showed great character, and we saw why Furia considered the stronger team. They had a rough start in the series with a massive deficit, but they kept grinding, got their way back into it, and Arch really showed us he was a world-class player with the sniper, able with some fantastic moments as well. It went the full distance, no overtime, and this particular map, but here are the scores on the doors. Yuri, 25, Art, 26 at the top for Luminosity. Bolts, shout out to him. He played with his heart and soul there towards the end, and Steel with 21. Lucas was missing in action though, 8 and 25. It's been a long old day, boys. Thank you for sticking with me. Everyone kept it together. Just
absolutely,
about. I think we were about to lose it.
We never wavered, Henry.
Yeah, I think we were about to lose it the last few moments there, but we stuck the landing. We've got through 11 maps of Counter-Strike. It's a great day. Everyone's had fun. I hope you have well at home. Here's the bracket for you. This is what's happened this week so far. Semi-finals are all lined up for you. NRG versus INT and Furia versus Complexity. We already had Complexity play NRG last week, and that's where Complexity won. So watch out for that. That could be the final. It might not be. Who knows? It's going to be all up in the air. Back tomorrow, and I can't wait. Dan, there are some finals taking place in London. Could you tell the lovely people at home when are they taking place?
Yes, at our home grounds, ECS's home grounds in London. You can see all the details at the bottom of your screens. Go get some tickets, ecs.faceit.com. You can find more comprehensive information as well about the location. Again, Wembley SSE Arena is where we have it. But once a year, it's the home grounds. We get to bring that massive Counter-Strike event to the UK audience, and they are loud, they're fun, they're boisterous. You don't want to miss it.
James, your responsibility is to do the social call-outs at this point.
At James Bardolph on Twitter.
And can you do this stuff as well?
Oh, fine. ECS on Twitter, Faceit as well, Faceit.com on Instagram, and Faceit on YouTube for the VODs, for the content. We got some stuff coming out for you eventually. We got flamethrowers, we got tanks, we got M4A1s, we got ostriches,
yeah.
giraffes,
Flamethrowers,
all kinds of madness.
Kangaroos,
this
zebras.
is unprecedented.
Of course, Henry.
Wow, well that really
It's
does
Texas.
excite
You
me.
set fire to things, you blow things up. We blew something up as well. We've got explosions coming. Dan blew something up in Texas.
Amazing. Well, all it says here is end of show, and with the music coming to an end as well, I think that's a very nice way to round it all off. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a great day. We'll bring you 2 best of 3s tomorrow. We'll hope you're there, and we'll see you then.